Dragon Age Origins was rated M for mature by the ESRB and contains blood, intense violence, language, partial nudity, and sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, my name is Amaronith and I play games for the internet, and today we're playing Dragon Age Origins, a bonus series! A Tale of Orzammar. We are here playing our character, a rogue named Huginn. And, oh gosh, I have all these attribute points. Let's get that dex up. And some strength, why not? And pop the bonus into constitution. Combat training. Improved coercion. There. As you heard in the very beginning, we are here meeting a dwarven noble with some juicy goss. I'm sorry, I'll never say that again. Is coconut draft? It's got like a head on it tonight. Not interested. Belched by the stone, I'm drunk. You seem like a smart sort. Any idea what I was doing? Having another drink. Of course I was. Ho 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 ho. That's weird. Does no one have any voice acting? Dwarven noble. Ah, there's no voice acting. I thought the opening just glitched out, but I don't think there's any voice acting at all. I guess you guys are just stuck with me then. Sorry. Ah, a casteless. Perfect. You have some business to discuss with me? I heard you're organizing an expedition to the Deep Roads. A small and quiet expedition, yes. I'm sure you'll understand that discretion is important here. I represent one of the, shall we say, lesser noble houses. We haven't much power or influence, but I've lucked into a bit of information that might change that. I think I may have uncovered the location of an artifact that's very important to a major house. If I can confirm the rumor, or perhaps even retrieve the artifact, I'll have a great deal of leverage with them. But I can't have it slip before I'm sure. If it's false, we can't risk being discredited, and if it's true, I don't want anyone else claiming the glory. You look capable. There's money and prestige in taking a little trip to the deep roads on my behalf. So long as the pay is right, I'll do it. You're ambitious. I like that. It's not a good idea to go off into the deep roads alone. Even the Grey Wardens only do that when they've decided it's time to die. There's some other able lads around the place. You should recruit one to assist. What about your man there? And leave my employer completely unguarded. Sorry, and leave Be. Small though my house may be, we have enemies, same as all others. If I could spare him, I wouldn't need you, would I? Good idea. Good idea. I'll be right back. I'll be waiting, but don't delay too long. Gee, could it be that it's literally the only other person in this whole goddamn place with a name? By the stone, I'm drunk. You seem like the smart sort. Any idea what I was doing? I've got a job, and you're helping me. Really? Yeah, okay. Booze and adventure sounds about right. Ah, a surfacer. Perfect. Are you ready to proceed to the deep roads? That was clearly a glitch. Since A, they don't allow surface stores in Orzammar. So that would probably only pop up if you played a human or an elf. Though now I'm curious, what would happen if you played the Dwarven Noble? Oh. I'll have to do another playthrough as the Dwarven Noble. That's fascinating. Are you ready to proceed to the deep roads? Yeah, I'm done here. Very well, let's go then. Let us go then, with all due haste. Expedition to the deep. You have entered one of the many lost tags of the Dwarven land. Somewhere in here is an ancient tomb where an artifact lay hidden. Your employer has hired you to find this place and confirm the artifact's existence. The notes I found indicate that the artifact is in a tomb in a ruined tag. The tag was sealed off from the deep roads when the Darkspawn overran it, but this tunnel should lead to where it once was. Just go through here and see if you can find it, then return here. The notes say the tomb is protected by a puzzle, but you needn't worry about trying to get through it. You're hired for the brawn part of things. You need to talk to me. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why that my brain is like, let's do a jukebox thing.
Time for more Darkspawn, I see. Of
What? Bruh!
desire?
I do desire. What are you doing? Huginn!
Delighted. As you desire.
We did just get a lot of mage stuff.
Desire. All right. Ah, another battle speeds our way.
Okay, so... This was a bunch of mage stuff. Here, you can have a nice hat.
Of course.
Dwarf corpse.
As you desire.
Ugh. I forgot to set a timer. Oh boy, I forgot my timer.
And so I shall. You would have just given up. As you desire. Of course.
Yeah, you go away. A PC Gamer magazine. Right. Fuck. I forgot that this whole thing was basically a shill. I guess that explains the complete and utter lack of voice acting, except for what was already in the game. Okay, so that's all on this end. Right. Actually, now I'm... So, ignoring the controls, because we always do. Culture and history. I have to. Article 156. Dragon Age. The team behind BioWare gives PC Gamer the inside scoop on which origin story is their favorite, and which one might be right for you. Who am I? Mike Laidlaw, lead designer. My favorite origin? Dwarf Commoner. Why you should pick it? Why stride the halls of power when you can see how the lowest of the low eke out their existence? For me, it all began with the brand burnt onto my character's face. Knowing you're marked as one of the casteless at birth means that you start at the lowest possible point in your life. In other words, there's nowhere to go but up. As a commoner, I get propelled into Origins, not so much with a sense of my place, but a fierce determination to change my status while the entire dwarven society does all it can to keep me down. Now, I'm sorry if I'm saying these names wrong, but, who am I? Ferret Badwin, Dragon Age PRC lead designer. My favorite origin? Dwarf Noble. Why I should pick it? Dwarf Noble hits a number of high notes for me. Perhaps most importantly, it's that throughout the origin, I had a firm sense of who I was in the social order. And it's good to be the prince. Also, the dwarven culture in Orzammar is familiar enough to be instantly understandable, yet different enough to be fascinating. It's one of the few times in any RPG that I felt like actual royalty. Power, intrigue, politics, what's not to like? Who am I? David Gator, lead writer. My favorite origin, Mage. Why you should pick it? It's so seldom in games that you get to see how your magic user became a magic user. Finally, you get a glimpse into what life is like for mages inside their secluded towers. They're distrusted by everyone, and here you get to understand why. I'm also a sucker for the Fade, the dream realm, where a good portion of the mage origin takes place. I like the idea that demons battle over psychic real estate, and their desire to possess a mage's soul comes purely from a place of envy. It's free real estate. Sorry. Who am I? Elaine Baxter, producer. My favorite origin, Dalish Elf. Why you should pick it? Dalish looks like the most traditional of the origin stories. You're an elf, you live in the woods, and you're a hunter. Yep, all true to form, yet your very first encounter shatters that impression, as you end up holding at arrow point a group of Shemlin, Elven for humans, who have stumbled too close to your camp. From there, the origin is an unfolding tale of decay. You see glimpses of an elven history that was grand, yet for all that the Dalish elves have done to keep their culture alive, all they have now are fragments. Who am I? Jeff Loken, quality assurance. My favorite origin? City elf. Why you should pick it? My first taste of Dragon Age was the elf commoner origin, and to this day it's some of my favorite content in the game. I'm no fan of elves, but these aren't your typical prancing forest elves. They're more like something you'd expect to find in Dickens versus Tolkien. There is no better place to start if you want to spend the entire game hell-bent on seeking revenge, or if you seek to rise from rags and chains to your inevitable awesomeness. Who am I? Mark Dara, project director. My favorite origin? Human Noble. Why you should pick it? Revenge and betrayal are always motivate me to play a game, and the Human Noble propels me into the role of a Grey Warden in a state I can only call out for blood. The thing is, even further into the game, the Human Noble has options open to it that no one else has, while other characters have to deal with the stigma of being an elf, mage, or dwarf. My character descended from the second most powerful family in the land, opening up doors that aren't available to anyone else once I started dealing with other nobles. Revenge can be so very, very sweet. And while I'm here, Article 9, Deepstalker. A fool trusts his eyes. A wise man fears every rock is a Deepstalker. A dwarven saying. Possibly the strangest of all the creatures found in the deep roads is the Deepstalker. Taspadam, as the dwarves call them. Hunt in packs, generally by burrowing underground and then striking when their prey is in their midst. Stalkers come in several types. Spitters have venom glands that spit secretions that slow or injure their prey. Jumpers hurl themselves at their targets, knocking them down and making the kill easier. Most common variety scares its prey, leaving the unfortunate victim helpless against the rest of the pack. Article 12, Genlock. These are the most common darkspawn in the underground. Stocky and tough, Genlocks are notoriously difficult to kill, even by magic. Article 16, Hurlock. Taller than their Genlock cousins, the Hurlock are roughly of human size, but are possessed of considerable strength and constitution. The shock troop of the Darkspawn, a single berserking Hurlock, can often be a match for numerous opponents at once. They are known to adorn themselves with roughly carved tattoos to keep track of their kills and deeds, though it is unknown whether or not there is a uniform standard to these markings. Article 25. Shriek. Scholars call these tall, lean darkspawn the Hurlock, though they are more popularly known as Shrieks because of the ear-splitting cries they emit in battle. Many tales exist of soldiers being unnerved by the sounds of approaching Shrieks, cloaked in darkness and never seen until the moment they strike. As horrors of the night, Shrieks are renowned for their incredible speed and agility as well as their stealth. They are the assassins of the Darkspawn, penetrating the enemy lines and striking their targets using long, jagged blades attached to their forearms to rip their opponent to shreds in seconds. They have been known to employ poison, often drawn from their own blood, and have demonstrated cunning group tactics when attacking in numbers. And Article 28. Giant Spider. Giant spiders tend to appear in old ruins and other places where the veil has become thin because of magical disturbances or a great number of deaths. In such places, spirits and demons pass into the world of the living and attempt to take control over living beings, spiders among them. Not all scholars accept this explanation for the presence of these beasts, however. Some claim that the thinning veil allows magic to leak from the Fade, tainting such creatures as these spiders to transform into larger, more potent creatures than they ever would become naturally. While such spiders are known to possess powerful poisons and the ability to fling their webs at opponents in combat, studies of them have been few and the full range of their abilities unknown. Corrupted spiders are giant arachnids that originally grew in the depths of the deep roads, feeding on numerous species of large bats. When the deep roads were lost to the Darkspawn, they began to feed on the numerous Genlocks, and their numbers grew exponentially, as did their size. The Darkspawn taint has become a permanent part of their system, passed on to their progeny. This has had the effect of increasing their size abnormally, as well as their aggressiveness. Some corrupted spiders have made their lairs in surface forests, but most remain underground, close to their blight-tainted meals. I'm reading the codex entries as we go through, mostly because I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to come back in post-game and get all of them. DLC, rather. This DLC has actually been marketed as being the prologue for the Dwarf Noble opening. So even though I'm technically recording it first, I'm actually going to put it up after the I post the Dwarf Noble opening. Right, back. Sorry. Okay. Why am I getting a rune?
As you desire.
Oh, hello, Harley. Are you here to go through Orzammar with me? Or the deep roads? Whatever, same diff. It's cool. A buddy. Alright. You're sword and board. Okay. You know, I can't actually remember where I picked up that phrasing. It's a heavy dwarven helmet. Heavy dwarven gloves. Dwarven heavy armor. Yeah. And the chainmail boots are fine, but this gives him that item set bonus. Whatever. We should have these things. Alright.
I would watch out. Where are you?
Okay, let's...
As you desire.
Really?
Delighted. All right.
Enemy. Any attack. Self. Health. 50%.
Of course.
Okay. Golly. That's a lot of corpses. Corpses that I did not leave. Sorry, that's always gonna make me giggle. Were you?
Here we go. Desire. All right.
codex entry update.
And so I shall.
Update on Article 12. Emissaries. The Genlock emissaries, I should say. The most intelligent of the alphas become gifted sorcerers with many abilities akin to blood magic. These are the emissaries, and they usually only appear during a blight. Well, that's not a good sign.
Time for more dark. Alright. A finer scene of carnage I've yet to see.
I worry about you, Huginn.
All the noise and bother. I should like to run. Delighted. This is more like it. Delighted. Alright. Desire. Here we go. How wonderful!
Article 14. Golem. Once a crucial part of Orzammar's defenses, golems have all but vanished as the secret to their manufacture was lost over 1,000 years ago. What few golems remain are guarded closely by the Shaperate, brought out when the battle with the Darkspawn grows desperate enough to risk their loss. No one now would sell a golem for any price, but in ancient times, dwarves sold many golems to the Magister Lords of Tevinter. They are devastating weapons in war, living siege engines capable of hurling boulders like a catapult or plowing through enemy lines like an earthquake. Well, a golem. This wreck is going to be a pain to clear away, and I'll have to carve some clues to solve this puzzle. My sibling's a bit dense. You. What are you doing here? The plan isn't quite what I originally led you to believe. There is evidence of a lost artifact being here, yes, but I'm going to plant it. I don't have many men I can trust enough to this task, not enough to risk these dangerous... I don't have many men I can trust to this task, not enough to risk in these dangerous tunnels, so I sent you ahead. A casteless nobody, your kind vanishes all the time without anyone caring enough to pry. In any event, I'm not going to explain myself further. There's no point to it. You're tired and battered from fighting Darkspawn. You've got a drunk at your side, and if you somehow happen to best me, you'll be on the run for the rest of your life. Just hold still, it'll hurt less.
Desire. This is more like it. Like it. Delight. Of course. Of course. Delight. Desire.
Okay, okay, you're tough. I can respect that, but you know too much. We're at a bit of an impasse here. Well, perhaps we can cut a deal. Indeed, if you were to go to the surface and lay low for a while, that'd serve my purposes well enough. I'll, of course, have to ruin your reputation down here to make sure you don't sneak back in, you understand. What reputation? We're casteless. Alright. Excellent. Now get out of here quickly before I change my mind. I still have a lot of work to do. Alright. So that's... What are you waiting for? Run already. So that's that. Now I'm really curious. What happens if you play through as a dwarven noble?
Aren't you curious as to what happens, Harley?
I think this is gonna be a two-parter. I think I'm gonna play through this again.
Harley, please.
Sorry, I'm talking to the cat. I think I'm gonna play through this again, and I'm gonna play through as a dwarven noble. And having already read through all the codex entries, I'm gonna see how this goes. But in the meantime, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!